Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Family Storytime. My name is Miss Mary, and I'm the Storytime programmer at the Faulkner County Library in Conway, Arkansas. Tonight we're going to do two things. I'm going to tell you this story, Not Your Typical Dragon. It is written by Dan Burrell and illustrated by Tim Bowers, and it is published by Viking. And then we're gonna sing and read There Was an Old Dragon Who Swallowed a Night. And There Was an Old Dragon Who Swallowed a Night is by Penny Parker Klosterman, illustrated by Ben Mantle, and published by Random House. The first thing we're going to do is Not Your Typical Dragon. Here we go. Smokey, thanks for playing the main character in this book. I appreciate it. All right. Here we go, Not Your Typical Dragon. Crispin Blaze was born into a proud family of fire-breathing dragons. Every blaze breathes fire, explained his father. I breathe fire, your mother breathes fire. Tomorrow when you turn 7, you'll breathe fire too. The little dragon imagined all the forests he would burn down. He dreamed of all the castles he would destroy. He also considered boiling water to make tea, but he didn't tell his father that. The next day, Crispin sat among family and friends as a big cake was brought to the table. "Who will light the birthday candles?" his mother asked. "I will," declared Crispin. He could feel a tingling inside his tummy, but when he opened his mouth, fire did not come out. Whipped cream came out. "Crispin," shouted his father, "dragons breathe fire." "What will the neighbors think?" worried his mother. "I love whipped cream," said his little sister Ashley. The little dragon was whisked off to the doctor the very next day. "Please fix my son," demanded Crispin's father. "What seems to be the problem?" asked the doctor. Crispin opened his mouth and breathed, but fire did not come out. Can you guess what came out? That's right. Band-Aids came out. "I see," said the doctor gravely. "Dragons should breathe fire," insisted Crispin's father. "We were low on Band-Aids," mumbled the nurse. The doctor sent Crispin home with medicine. He swallowed 2 teaspoons before going to school. "It will help you become a real dragon," said Crispin's father with a wink. After school, Crispin joined his very first fire-breathing practice. One by one, little dragons aimed their fiery breath at stacks of logs until they burst into flames. Ooh, Crispin stepped up confidently. He could feel the medicine bubbling in his belly. But when he opened his mouth, do you think fire came out? That's right, fire didn't come out. Guess what came out? Are you ready? Marshmallows came out. "Dragons breathe fire," yelled the coach. "Isn't that right, class?" The other dragons didn't answer. They were too busy looking for pointy sticks to make roast marshmallows. "Oh, I guess I'm not a real dragon," Crispin thought. He worried that his family would be so disappointed. So he ran away from home. The world can be a scary place for a little dragon who can't breathe fire. Crispin found a dark cave. "I'll be a fireless dragon all by myself. I won't bother anyone, and no one will bother me." An hour later, he had a visitor. "I am Sir George," squeaked a thin, shiny knight. "Show yourself, dragon." Crispin shuffled out of the cave. The thin knight held up his thin, shiny sword. Do your worst, dragon." Crispin opened his mouth, but fire, did it come out finally? No. Guess what came out? Bubbles came out. Don't you breathe fire, dragon? Crispin shook his head. I can't. Sir George moaned. My father insists that I fight a fire-breathing dragon. It even says here in my book that your typical dragon breathes fire. I'm not your typical dragon, Crispin explained. Sir George sighed. I can't go home. Me neither, Crispin nodded. But then he had an idea. Maybe your book could tell us what to do. Of course, Sir George searched through the pages. It says it's probably just your diet. So, Sir George fed Crispin spicy curry, scorching chili, and blistering salsa. Crispin opened his mouth, but fire did not come out. Guess what came out? Red party streamers! Well, at least they're the right color, Sir George said. He was very kind. Sir George searched through the book again. Oh, aha! It says it's probably your attitude. So Sir George showed Crispin how to look mean and angry enough to breathe fire. Crispin opened his mouth. Do you think fire came out this time? Fire did not come out. Soft, cuddly teddy bears came out. Said Sir George. We may have taken a step backwards. It's no use, Crispin sighed. I'm just not your typical dragon. But Sir George was not ready to give up. Aha! The book says you're too stressed. So Sir George made Crispin close his eyes while he described a quiet, relaxing day at the ocean. Do you feel calm? Now imagine 100 shiny knights attacking you. Crispin opened his mouth. Did fire come out this time? Beach balls came out. Well, that's just plain weird. So, secretly, Sir George was glad that Crispin couldn't breathe fire. He liked the little dragon and didn't want to fight him. Crispin liked the shiny knight too, but he missed his parents. Sir George, it's getting dark. I want to go home. The shiny knight patted him on the back. Don't worry, little dragon. I'll take you. Crispin's parents were so relieved when he arrived home safely. Sir George was about to say goodbye when they heard a shout. There you are, boy. What on earth are you playing? Why on earth are you playing with a fire-breathing dragon? He's my friend, Father, whispered Sir George. And besides, he doesn't breathe fire. A dragon that doesn't breathe fire? That's the silliest thing I ever heard. The shiny man laughed. Crispin's father stormed out of the house. My son is not silly. He may not breathe fire, but I certainly do. And Crispin's father let out a powerful spray of flames. Do your worst, dragon, declared the shiny man. But then the flames scorched the lawn. That's enough, honey, said Crispin's mother. The flames singed the fence. You've made your point, dear. Now stop showing off, she scolded. Then the flames ignited the roof. Crispin's father panicked. I can't stop breathing fire. You'll burn our house down, cried his mother. You'll burn down the whole neighborhood. Dragons came running from all directions. They knew how to start fires, but no one knew how to stop them. Crispin suddenly felt a tingling in his tummy. He felt a bubbling in his belly. He opened his mouth. Did fire come out? What do you think? Finally, but is fire going to be helpful here? No, fire didn't come out. A gust of water came out. Crispin aimed the water at his father's flames. He saved his home, and he even saved the shiny man who wasn't looking so shiny anymore. Hooray for Crispin!" everyone shouted. On Crispin's next birthday, there was a big party. Family and friends came from all over the land. Sir George and his family came too. Lots and lots of dragons were dancing. Crispin stood with his mouth open wide. Did fire come out now? No, fire still did not come out. Music came out instead. "Your son," said an old uncle to Crispin's father, "he's not your typical dragon, is he?" "No," replied Crispin's father proudly. "My son is something special." And then he jumped up and danced to Crispin's music too. And that's the end of Not Your Typical Dragon. There was an old dragon who swallowed a night. With love for my parents, Wallace and Naomi Parker from PPK, and for Mila Bell Pierce from BM. There was an old dragon who swallowed a night. I don't know why he swallowed the night. It's not polite. There was an old dragon who swallowed a steed that galloped around at terrible speed. Oh, how the dragon wished it would stop. That clippity-clippity-clop. He swallowed the steed right after the night. I don't know why he swallowed the night. It's not polite. There was an old dragon who swallowed a squire who hollered, "That's hot!" when the dragon breathed fire. He swallowed the squire to calm the steed that galloped around at terrible speed. He swallowed the steed right after the night. I don't know why he swallowed the night. It's not polite. There was an old dragon. I don't know why he swallowed the night. It's not polite. There was an old dragon who swallowed a lady. It seems quite shady he'd swallow a lady. He swallowed the lady to rule the cook. He swallowed the cook to fatten the squire. He swallowed the squire to calm the steed that galloped around at terrible speed. He swallowed the steed right after the night. I don't know why he swallowed the night. It's not polite. There was an old dragon who swallowed a castle, swallowed it down to the last golden tassel. He swallowed the castle to hold the lady. He swallowed the lady to rule the cook. He swallowed the cook to fatten the squire. He swallowed the squire to calm the steed that galloped around at a terrible speed. Excuse me. He swallowed the steed right after the night. I don't know why he swallowed the night. It's not polite. There wasn't a dragon who swallowed a moat, guzzled and gulped it right down his throat. With all of that water, he started to bloat, and that's when the dragon roared, and I quote, "Okay, enough. I've had enough. More than enough of this swallowing stuff. Maybe I've been a tad impolite. Perchance I should only have swallowed the night." So he burped out the moat that had caused him to bloat. He burped out the castle along with the tassel. He burped out the lady who found that quite shady. He burped out the cook in his recipe book. He burped out the squire, now blackened with fire. Then with all of the power that he could amass, the dragon burped out one last billow of gas. And with terrible speed, he burped out the steed. Clippity, clippity, clop. Clippity, clippity, stop! There wasn't no dragon who swallowed a night. Ah, just right. Good night. The end. Thanks for joining me for our Dragon Family Story Time. I hope you enjoyed it and had a great time. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.